Question 78. What are the freedoms given under Article 19 of the Indian Constitution? Introduction. The soul of Indian liberty, the Indian Constitution, in its Part 3. Fundamental rights guarantees to all citizens a set of essential freedoms that form the core of democratic life. Among these, Article 19 is the most vital, as it explicitly provides 6 fundamental freedoms that protect the freedom of thought, expression, and action, the essence of political democracy. These freedoms ensure that every individual has the space to think, speak, assemble, associate, move, and practice a profession, thereby enabling full participation in the life of the nation. In the words of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Article 19 represents the heart of democracy as it allows citizens to criticize authority, form opinions, and pursue lawful activity without fear. 1. Scope and applicability of Article 19. Article 19, 1. Guarantees 6 fundamental freedoms to citizens of India only, not to foreigners or corporations. These rights are not absolute, they are subject to reasonable restrictions under clauses 2 to 6 to ensure public order, morality, and national interest. Thus, Article 19 establishes a balance between individual liberty and social security, the hallmark of constitutional democracy. 2. The 6 fundamental freedoms under Article 19, 1. I. Freedom of speech and expression. Article 19, 1a. This freedom allows every citizen the right to express opinions freely by words, writing, printing, pictures, or any other means. It covers freedom of the press, right to criticize the government, right to receive and impart information, freedom of artistic expression, freedom to use digital and electronic media. Example: the Supreme Court in Maneka Gandhi v. Union of India, 1978, expanded this right to include freedom of communication and expression through silence. In Indian Express v. Union of India, 1985, freedom of the press was upheld as part of Article 19, 1a. Reasonable restrictions, Article 19, 2. This freedom can be restricted in the interests of security of the state, friendly relations with foreign states, public order, decency or morality, contempt of court, defamation, incitement to an offense, sovereignty and integrity of India. Thus, while one may freely express opinions, hate speech or incitement to violence is not protected. 2. Freedom to assemble peaceably and without arms, Article 19, 1b. This guarantees the right to organize peaceful meetings, rallies, and demonstrations. Such gatherings are essential to the working of democracy, enabling citizens to express collective opinion. Example: peaceful protests like the civil disobedience movement, or modern examples like anti-corruption movements and farmers' protests, draw strength from this freedom. Restrictions, Article 19, 3. Assembly can be restricted in the interest of public order or the sovereignty and integrity of India. Unlawful assemblies or violent protests are not protected. 3. Freedom to form associations or unions or cooperative societies, Article 19, 1c. This right enables citizens to form associations, political parties, trade unions, clubs, NGOs, and cooperative societies. It is fundamental to collective action and political participation. Example: formation of political parties like the Indian National Congress or Bharatiya Janata Party and workers' unions derives legitimacy from this freedom. Restrictions, Article 19(4) may be imposed in the interest of public order, morality, or the sovereignty and integrity of India. Case law, Damayanti Naranga v. Union of India, 1971. The right includes not just forming associations but also their continuation without state interference. 4. Freedom of movement throughout the territory of India, Article 19(1)(d). This gives every citizen the right to move freely from one place to another within India. It promotes national integration and equal access to opportunities across states. Restrictions, Article 19(5). The state may impose reasonable restrictions in the interest of the general public, example, to prevent spread of disease or maintain law and order. For the protection of the interests of scheduled tribes, to safeguard their culture and resources. Example: entry restrictions into certain tribal areas of the northeast under the inner line permit system are constitutionally valid. Freedom to reside and settle in any part of India, Article 19(1)(e). Citizens can reside or settle in any part of the Indian territory, irrespective of state boundaries. This ensures mobility of labor and population, fostering unity. Restrictions, Article 19(5). Same as above may be imposed for general public interest or protection of tribal communities. Example: a citizen from Tamil Nadu can legally settle and work in Himachal Pradesh or Assam, except in restricted zones declared for tribal protection. 6. Freedom to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade or business, Article 19(1)(g). This guarantees economic freedom, allowing individuals to pursue any lawful livelihood. It ensures free enterprise and occupational mobility, essential for economic democracy. Restrictions, Article 19(6). The state may impose reasonable restrictions in the interest of the general public, example, licensing, regulation. Professional qualifications, example, medicine, law, education. Monopoly for state enterprises in certain areas, example, railways, defense production. Example, in state of Gujarat v. Mirzapur Moti Qureshi, 2005, the court upheld cattle slaughter restrictions as a reasonable limitation on business for public interest. 3. Importance of Article 19 in a democracy. 1. Foundation of civil liberties. It protects individual autonomy and free expression, essential for human dignity and democracy. 2. Instrument of accountability. Enables citizens to criticize government policies peacefully, ensuring political responsiveness. 3. Promotion of social and economic participation. By guaranteeing movement, residence, and profession, it enables equal opportunity and economic development. 4. Maintenance of balance. The concept of reasonable restrictions ensures liberty without anarchy, liberty balanced by responsibility. 5. Moral essence of freedom. Freedom, for Gandhi and Nehru alike, was not mere license but self-discipline guided by truth and duty. 4. Judicial interpretation and expansion. The Supreme Court has played a crucial role in expanding the scope of Article 19. Romesh Thappar v. State of Madras, 1950, freedom of press included in Article 19(1)(a). Maneka Gandhi v. Union of India, 1978, liberty and freedom must be interpreted broadly, consistent with Article 21. LIC of India v. Manubhai D. Shah, 1992, freedom of speech includes the right to reply or respond. Bijo Emmanuel v. State of Kerala, 1986, freedom of speech includes the right to silence. Thus, judicial activism has ensured that Article 19 evolves with the times. 5. Relation to other fundamental rights. Article 19 works in harmony with other rights. Article 14, Equality before law, ensures freedom without discrimination. Article 21, Right to life and personal liberty, ensures meaningful enjoyment of freedom. Article 22 guarantees procedural safeguards in case of preventive detention. Together, these form the trinity of personal liberty in Indian constitutional law. 6. Summary for quick understanding. Article 19 guarantees 6 fundamental freedoms: speech, assembly, association, movement, residence, and profession, forming the basis of individual liberty and democratic participation. These freedoms, though not absolute, are subject to reasonable restrictions in the interests of public order, morality, and national integrity. They represent a balance between individual rights and collective welfare, ensuring that freedom serves both personal dignity and social harmony. Quick revision notes. Constitutional source, Article 19(1)(a) (g). Applies to citizens only. Freedoms. 1. Speech and expression, 19(1)(a) (2). Assembly, 19(1)(b) (3). Association, 19(1)(c) (4). Movement, 19(1)(d) (5). Residence, 19(1)(e). 6. Profession, 19(1)(g). Restrictions, Articles 19(2)(6). Spirit, freedom balanced with responsibility. Judicial expansion, Maneka Gandhi, Romesh Thappar, Bijo Emmanuel. One-line questions and answers for revision. 1. How many freedoms are guaranteed under Article 19? 6. 2. Who enjoys these freedoms? Only citizens of India. 3. What is Article 19(1)(a)? Freedom of speech and expression. 4. Can the state impose restrictions on speech? Yes, under Article 19(2). 5. Which article protects the right to protest peacefully? Article 19(1)(b). 6. What is Article 19(1)(c)? Right to form associations or unions. 7. What ensures economic liberty under Article 19? Freedom to practice any profession, 19(1)(g). 8. What kind of restrictions are permitted on Article 19 rights? Reasonable restrictions in public interest. 9. Which case expanded the scope of liberty under Article 19? Maneka Gandhi v. Union of India, 1978. 10. What is the spirit of Article 19? Freedom with responsibility, the cornerstone of democracy. Final connection. Article 19 is the living soul of Indian democracy, ensuring that every citizen can think freely, speak boldly, assemble peacefully, and act lawfully. It reflects the conviction that liberty is not granted by the state but inherent to human dignity. By balancing freedom with social responsibility, Article 19 ensures that India remains not merely a democracy by law, but a democracy by spirit where every voice, however small, has the right to be heard.